Hello students! Welcome to Grade 5 Online Distance Learning. Our objectives using English ADM module are infer meaning of unfamiliar words based on context clues. 2. Locate the meaning of unfamiliar words. 3. Analyze unfamiliar words based on context clues. Let us, let us examine the picture below. What do you think is the profession of these people? How did you know? Because of their dress? Their stethoscope? Correct. They are doctors. Next, we're going to recognize and read the words correctly. I have also here picture, so you have a clue with the meaning of the words. 1. Alumnus. The picture shows that the boy is graduated in a school. 2. Edifice. The picture shows a tall building. Stunning. The picture shows with a beautiful scenery. Banquet. You can see on the picture there are many tables, plates, food. Edible. The picture shows there are different fruits that you can eat. So the meaning of edible is food that you can eat. Let's have activity number 1. Infer the meaning or equivalent of the underlined word in each sentence. Write your answer in your notebook. 1. Leandro is an alumnus of this school. He graduated in 2019. What is the meaning of alumnus? A. Graduate. B. Student. C. Teacher. D. Principal. The correct answer is A. Graduate. 2. Burj Khalifa in the United Arab Emirates is considered as one of the tallest edifices in the world. It has a total height of 829.8 meters. A. Mountain. B. Ship. C. Church. D. Building. The correct answer is D. Building. 3. The stunning view of desert in Qatar invites tourists to visit this oil-rich state. What do you mean by stunning? A. Disgusting. B. Beautiful. C. Normal. Or D. Forgotten. The correct answer is beautiful. 4. Emmer invited all her friends to the bountiful banquet in her garden. Lots of food are served, including my favorite leche plan. What is the meaning of banquet? If it says there are lots of food served, including his favorite leche plan. A. Feast. B. Store. C. Shop. D. Pool. The correct answer is A. Feast. 5. The scientists have discovered new species of edible fern. They say that this really tastes well. What do you mean by edible if that fern really tastes well? A. Can be planted. B. Can be cultured. C. Can be eaten. Or D. Can be poisonous. The correct answer is can be eaten. And our clue here is they say that this really tastes well. These are examples of context clues. Context clues are hints found within a sentence, paragraph, or passage that a reader can use to understand the meaning of a new or unfamiliar words. If you do not have a dictionary with you, you can use context clues in finding the meaning of the unfamiliar words. There are different types of context clues. 1. Synonym or restatement clue. 2. Definition or statement clue. 3. Antonym or contrast clue. 4. Explanation or example. 5. Cause and effect or reason result clue. Comparison or sameness. And inference or general text clue. Synonyms or restatement clues are words that have similar meanings. Example: the clock hands and numerals are luminous or light-emitting, for they glow even in the darkest place. So what do you mean by light-emitting or luminous? In the sentence, it has the same meaning with the word glow. Next is definition or statement clues. It provides direct statement or meaning of unfamiliar words. For example, ossicles are three small bones in the middle ear. So ossicle, we can find ossicle in the middle ear. Next is antonym or contrast clue. It tells the opposite meaning of the difficult word. Example: Japoy is gregarious, unlike his shy sister. So there are two persons, Japoy and his sister. Japoy is gregarious, unlike his shy sister. So they are opposite. Explanation or example clue. Sometimes a word's or phrase meaning is explained immediately after its use. Example: haberdashery, which is a store that sells men's clothing, is becoming more common today. So haberdashery is an example of a store where it sells men's clothing. Next is the cause and effect or reason result clue. It explains the reason and the result of an event or action. Words like because, since, therefore, thus, so, and others may signal context clues. The city government has implemented the community quarantine because experts want to stop or slow down the increase in the number of COVID-19 cases. So what is the meaning of quarantine? So quarantine is the effect of increasing numbers of COVID-19 cases. Next is comparison or sameness clue. It is a type of context that presents the similarities in meaning or context. Words used are like, as, similar to, in the same way, likewise, resembling, to, and also. For example, Ethan is fond of mountain escapade, the same way with Joy who goes on beach adventure. So what do you mean by escapade? So the meaning of escapade within the sentence, it is an adventure because Ethan and Joy are enjoying the same adventure. Next is inference or general text clue. Clue that it can be inferred or guessed from the description of the situation. There is no specific clues when we are using inference or general text clues. It often spread over the sentence or number sentence. For example, I wish I had earplugs to avoid vehicles' vociferous noise. What do you mean by vociferous noise? If he wants to have earplugs, it has a negative meaning. Let's have our learning task 3 on our module. Use context clues in figuring out the meaning of each underlined word. In your notebook, identify the letters of the best answers. 1. The extremely dry weather sweltered the dried leaves in the backyard. What do you mean by sweltered? If you have the clue extremely dry weather. A. Ate. B. Burned. C. Slept. D. Sunbathed. 2. The Philippine government announced the needs to review the tariff imposed on imported products that have gradually taken over the local market. What do you mean by tariff? If you have the clue imported products. A. Stamp. B. Prohibition. C. Add. D. Tax. 3. Bernadette precariously climbed the highest mountain in the country. What do you mean by precariously? A. Gracefully. B. Lazily. C. Dangerously. D. Hopefully. 4. I used to visit Nami Island in South Korea to see the falling colorful dried foliage. What do you mean by foliage? A. Hurricane. B. Place. C. Snow. D. Leaves. 5. Two tickets were allotted to each student for the dance party. What do you mean by allotted? A. Allowed. B. Joyful. C. Taken. D. Fed. 6. The mood was somber at the memorial of the fallen medical frontliners. What do you mean by somber? A. Shyly. B. Serious. C. Hungry. D. Plenty. 8. The student was asked to clarify his answers for everybody to understand its point. What do you mean by clarify? A. Remove. B. Call. C. Explain. Or D. Stop. 9. Bracon's parents admonish him for breaking their antique collection. What do you mean by admonish? A. Praise. B. Scolded. C. Rewarded. Or D. Silenced. 10. I am an advocate of anti-corruption movement in the country. What do you mean by advocate? A. Opponent. B. Primer. C. Enemy. D. Supporter. Hope you learned something. Thank you for watching.